Hello, I'm FerrousPilot, and today we're going to be playing some more Pillars of Eternity. I cannot get enough of this game. It is so much fun. Gotta loot these people. I guess we'll just put all that stuff straight in our stash. Go inside this inn. And, yeah. Last time around, we got this elf wizard dude in our party. Let's take a look at his stats while we can. We're a second level cipher. He's a second level wizard. He's a wood elf, which means it would be better if he was a archer using ranged attacks. Although, I think wizards also use ranged attacks, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Wizards have really nice stuff. You know, look at this Arcane Assault. Does raw damage. It's pretty nice. I like it. We do need a fighter type character, though, like pretty badly. And what does this say? Floorboards are sticky with spills that no one has bothered to clean. Alright, let's take a look at this. Some of the food, maybe, and have some tasty brown slop. Okay, does not seem tasty.
Hail and well met.
Oh, it's you. Tenford told us what you did for him. I guess it's pretty recognizable that they recognize me. Like, Tenford was probably like, there was a crazy moon man with a unicorn who helped me save my life. So, alright. Consider yourself a favorite of the house. Discounts on drinks and rooms. That's nice. Tenford's working in the kitchen, so he's making us some food. That's really good. Tell me more about Baldur's Gate 3, the Black Hound. Well, let me see the actual building. It's been here for a while. Tenford's the big draw. We'll get the crowds back again in no time. Oh, Tenford makes good food. That's why. I see. Okay, place ended up in my hands. I get it. I don't really care about the history of the inn, honestly. I suppose I could work. Can I see what you have for sale? Camp and supplies. We have supplies already, though, so we don't need this. Ixmatil rice pan. There's a lot of food, which is nice, I suppose. I'm not too interested in that sort of stuff. Recruit adventurers sounds like my kind of thing. From party management screen, you can see what your allies are up to when they aren't in the party. If you've assigned them to adventures, you can see how long. Okay. Let's recruit adventurers. Level 1 adventurer. 250 CP. I'm gonna recruit an adventurer. I need a fighter type character, so let's do this. And once we get like more NPCs in our team, we can fire this adventurer, right? That's not such a big deal. So for now, we're just gonna hire this adventurer with a level 1. And yeah, we'll take a female fighter. I guess Omua is probably a good fighter class. What about Resolve? Resolve is pretty nice, right? Reflects character's internal drive, deflection, fearlessness. Yeah, fearlessness. I don't know. All right, we'll take a human fighter. We'll take an Omua fighter. Why not? Human is kind of a boring class in my opinion, so we'll take an Omua fighter. Coastal Omua gain a bonus against prone and stun effects. Island Omua. Oh, that's pretty cool face paint there. Armed to the teeth. Get an additional weapon set. That's actually not that useful, based on my opinion. So I'm going to take this Coastal Omua. Get prone and stun resistance. Pretty useful. So do we take a fighter? We can take a fighter. We can take a paladin. We can take a barbarian. Barbarian, I think, is pretty cool. Good class. Or a monk. I think a monk could be pretty nice. Look at that. Monk seems like... You know what? I'm going to take a monk. And I'm not going to take an Omua. I think monks use, like, endurance or something. We'll make a dwarf monk. How about that? Female dwarf monk. It's going to be interesting anyways. No, you know what? Let's just I like the idea of having an Omua barbarian. So, we'll take this. That's a good plan. Frenzy or barbaric yell. You can frighten people? That seems useful. Speed is average. They get minus to deflection. That's not great. We just want them to be more defensive oriented. So I think barbaric yell is alright. Take that. We need some might. We need some constitution. Probably take a little bit more might. I think it's good. Take some intellect. Why would barbarians need intellect? Like, I can understand why, but at the same time, I don't really understand why. So we'll take a little bit of intellect, I guess. Resolve, not very useful, I suppose. But that's okay. Why do we have a resolve bonus anyways? I don't quite understand. Oh, we can... Oh, I forgot we could reduce it below 10. My mistake. So I did not actually min-max my character very much, which is interesting. What is the highest you can go? 20. Okay. Well, we'll give it a 20. We don't want 4 resolve. That's really bad. You know what? I don't think min-maxing is a good idea to start off with. So we'll take 10, and like 10 is the lowest we'll go in any of the stats. We'll take 16, 16, 13, 13. I think that's fine. And we don't want resolve. What we want is any might bonus. Yeah, the living lands gets a might bonus. I think that's pretty cool. We'll take this. Although I do like this, spear and thing combination. Constitution gives you just gives you health, I think, health and endurance. So you know what? That's not so bad. We'll take Constitution. That seems nice. And Rowty Aristocrat, no. We'll take Barbarians. Probably have athletics and stuff. So athletics and survival. So Barbarian Slave. That's okay. I think this is a good color scheme, honestly. Blue and black. I think it's alright. See the different heads available. And this is Island Amu head. So we'll take the normal Fishman head. Hair. Fish people. Fish people. Ponytail. You know. Not so ponytail. It's like the weird elf hair. Wow. This is like, okay, there's a lot of different haircuts. Let's take... What? There's a mohawk? Okay, we're gonna take a mohawk. I think it's good. Alright, these are the same portraits, except slightly different. Alright, well, this is the most accurate portrait, I suppose. And female feisty, I guess. Why not? And her name will be... Sharknado. Alright. We hired an adventurer! Cool. Let's go. That's actually a very interesting feature that I did not know that this game would have. Actually, I looked at the manual and that's how I figured it out. Ah, it's you, my savior. Makes a sweeping gesture to indicate it's good to be back. Every single time I forget to set the timer. Please excuse me for this nonsense. I'll just, hopefully, it'll be 30 minutes. Do not think I will let this go unrewarded. I have decided that you have earned the right to learn one of my closely guarded secrets. My dearest recipe after this, you will eat nothing else. A savory pie to keep you hale and hearty. May it serve you well in your travels. I guess this is we have like crafting mechanic here. Food, we have the savory pie that we can do. I guess you're supposed to eat food to buff yourself up and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm going to be really doing it. Okay, that's cool. Do not, just because you can take stuff doesn't mean you should. A lot of the time, this is other people's stuff. They don't like when you take it. You know, it makes sense. Who are these villagers? They're probably not very important. Orland servers, drunkard, villagers. I'm not interested. I'm not, well, okay, fine. We can read one of these, like, crazy people's souls. This is Selena Vervito's soul. You see a woman emptying her satchel onto her bed, taking stock of her inventory. Potions, bandages, tinctures, and herbs are scattered throughout her room haphazardly. She bites her lip and head tilted to the side, considering. She begins to repack one item after the other, careful deliberation undercut by shaking hands. Each item has a clearly marked place, but no matter how she repacks it, she isn't satisfied. The shaking worsens as she empties it out once more, one hand held to her mouth. Tears eke from her eyes as she gives up all semblance of order and shoves everything she can in the satchel, grabbing it, running out of the bare house, straightening her back as she walks to the docks, chin high, eyes hard and red. A gangly young elf offers his condolences, but she can't see him for the ocean ahead of her. She wanders the docks, offering her services as a doctor to anyone who will listen, anyone heading out on the high tide. Less than an hour later, she watches her childhood disappear in the distance, a tiny speck of an island, and tries not to jump. Okay, pretty cool. Let's go up. Maybe we should rest, actually? I don't know. We'll see. Do these people have anything? Caruser. Grab a drink, friend. Not much else worth in this town. Says the woman from Thine. Hey, we wouldn't mention Thine. Okay, who cares? These are just boxes. Yeah. I don't care about your souls, people, like, honestly. How, is this, like, stealable? This kind of seems like nobody would catch us if we stole it, so I'm gonna F5 here. Try and steal this stuff. What's this? A rapier. We already have one of those. We have padded armor, too. And we have a hat that we cannot use, so it seems very, very useless. But since our stash is unlimitedly large, we might as well take it. I'm going to take the lockpicks on our main character here because lockpicks are useful. What is this? Book. Not interested. Baldur's Gate had a lot of books. You can read books, and they're not... I'm not gonna. Basically, is my thinking, because nobody wants to sit here and watch me read books the entire time. Let's talk to in-guest. Please leave me be. I am full to sickness with what I have seen of this place and its people. Okay. Wow, this is like a really dirty inn, man. Oh, there's a dog! The hound stares intently at the covered window, head cocked as if waiting to hear a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines a low note, tail wagging slightly. I could use a good pet the dog? Sorry, girl, I don't think he's coming back. Well, maybe we'll find him on the way. Now we have a pet dog, okay? What the hell? I don't know where, like, the dog just, like, disappeared. She's gone. Where did she go? I don't know. But okay. Let's leave. That was interesting. That was interesting. Where is it? Where is our dog? Our dog is gone, I guess. Apparently, what? Where did the dog go? Is our dog is in our inventory? I don't know. That seems a little bit strange. Whatever. Oh well, I suppose. We do need to go back and kill that bear. Now that we have a barbarian, I think we'll be able to do that. Let's take a look at what our barbarian's actually equipped here. Sharknado. Okay, Sharknado has this spear, 13 to 19 piercing. Do we have anything that's better? There's a dagger. She's also got a dagger, so that's fine. What is the range on the spear? It's good. But how about a mace, though? Mace would be even better than a spear, I think. So we'll give her a mace. And we'll make her secondary just like a dagger and a torch. And I think that's fine. Make the dagger the primary. I think that's a better idea. Alright, so this is a good... Oh, we have a dog in our inventory now. Small dog has a glossy black coat. She trots along at your heels, gazing up devotedly. Why do we... Why is there a dog in our inventory? Can we put our dog in... We can put our dog in our stash! What the hell is going on right now in this game? I don't understand. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Seriously. What? Can we drop the dog? I don't understand. Oh, you can equip the dog as a pet. Alright. Now she'll follow us around, I suppose. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, this is a cute doggy. Can we pet doggy? I guess not. Oh well. It would be nice if you could like name the dog. I mean, if you're gonna have a pet, you might as well name it. Right? She's just the Black Hound, I suppose. Oh well. We're gonna go back up, kill that bear, and grab those, loot that corpse on top of the little castle wall type area. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Let's take a look at our... We're using this, which means we should probably... Actually, I think I want to use this formation. Yeah, it would be nice if this thing, like this formation icon, actually changed depending on which formation you had chosen. I think that would be a nice touch. But we're going to put our Sharknado up in front here. What the hell is this? There, for a moment, there was like...
Sure.
Oh, that was her shouting type attack, I think. So yeah, we'll put Sharknado up front because she is a barbarian, and I would presume that makes her more able to, you know, handle melee attacks, that sort of thing. I don't know what effect pets have on combat, but I guess they don't actually fight. That's alright. Okay, now we can use a grappling hook to scale the wall. You give the grappling hook a few swings for a moment, for momentum, and let it fly. The hook lodges easily behind a pile of stones at the upper edge of the wall. A few tugs on the rope suggest that it will stay put. Okay, let's climb up to the top. And now we get camping supplies, which we don't need. Well, we have 3 out of 4, so we might as well take it. And awesome gloves of reflex. So they give us of reflex plus 5 reflex. Reflex is defensively for AoE attacks. Okay. So that's nice. Scrawled letter is something. We'll take this Gloves of Reflex. I guess we'll give them to our Barbarian here. And we'll take the rest of this stuff. So yeah. Well, actually, I should probably read that letter. And the reason for that is it might be relevant to the future quest. So, I do not think you were right, Fulvano. We should have journeyed south together. It would have been safer, etc., etc. I would tolerate all the gloating in the world, but myself, etc. So whoever finds this, pray for me. Perhaps in my Lex knife, I shall be trapper of wolves. Okay. It's not very useful. I was wrong. My fault. Ooh, Saint Grangrenharns. Anything else? Ooh. Mushroom. Alright, let's go back down. Alright, good. Can we climb back up? No. So grappling hooks are one-use items. That's good to know. That's good to know. Because that means that in the future we may have to use grappling hooks, right? So it's a good thing that we've tried it out now and we know that we may have to do that. I'm going to go down to the Bear Cave. And after we go to the Bear Cave, we're going to go down to the Temple of Dungeons, being a dungeon. Because it's a dungeon. Alright. Are bears weak against fire? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe we should use that torch instead of a mace. Who knows? I wish we could, like, figure out the enemy weaknesses after a certain time. Maybe we can. Oh, let's go stealthy and actually stop moving. I said stop moving? Do you know what the meaning of stop moving is? Alright. Reformat your,
Yes?
your actual formation.
Of course.
Okay, dog. I like how the dog is also stealthy. It's pretty nice.
How may I help?
Alright, what are you using? You're using a scepter or something. Okay. You have arcane assault. Alright, this is what we want to do.
I shall.
No. You're staying in the back.
Of course.
We'll have our barbarian actually stay here.
I'm here.
Our main character should attack with his rod of rodliness.
Got it.
Okay, stop immediately. That rod did an immense amount of damage. We want to attack
How may I
arcane
help?
assault. Use that. How many times can you use it? 2 per encounter? So you might as well use it. Actually, for now, I want you to stop taking an action. I forgot how to do that. I think it was delete. Nope, never mind. Oh, what are you doing, you crazy person? Oh my gosh. Why are you right next to the goddamn bear, man?
Damn, missed.
Holy shit. Oh, wow. Our Sharknado just died. How did that happen? I have no clue.
Yes?
I want you to run back.
I'm here.
You're dead. Like, you're actually gonna die. Because this bear is unkillable. Like, it's such a powerful attack. You know what? We just have to attack. As long as not everyone dies, we should be fine.
Curses!
Oh my god.
How may I help?
We're actually gonna die. Oh no! Why is this bear so hard to kill? You know what? Run.
Indeed.
And use blind him. Blind! Do it now! Okay. Yes, attack. Alright, switch to this and attack. Our only hope is that because this bear is blinded, he won't be able to kill us. Oh my god, I can't believe we survived. Oh my god, this bear is ridiculous. Bears are goddamn terrifying, both in real life and in video games, but most video games don't give bears the treatment that they deserve. This game does. Like, bears are insane, man. Holy shit. Let's take this guy's stuff. Ooh, soul powers. A figure drifts suspended in the musty air of the cavern. Its form and features blur and twist in cascading ripples of incandescence. You feel its energy eddying about your limbs, filling them with a heavy chill. Let's reach out. This one seems important. You reach out to a hand for the spirit. In the moment of contact, you feel as if you had been struck by a blow. Head reeling as you tumble, etc., etc. Light blooms at the edges of your vision. You feel the sun at your back and the weight of the bow in your hands. You know suddenly that you have come a long way from the vale hunting deer. Now you are standing before a caravan, and the darkness extends far into its depths. Even so, your friend strides out before you, his red cloak flapping at his heels. You follow. heart hammering in your chest as he leads you deeper into the cavern. There is a roar like thunder echoing around you. Fear seizes you, casts you stumbling back towards the exit, towards the light and escape. You see a glint of steel, and there is a sudden terrible flash of agony behind your knee. You scream, stumble, fall. Your thoughts are chaos, lanced through with pain. But in a moment of terrible clarity, your friend looks back from the mouth of the cavern, his dagger daubed in crimson to match his cloak. He got killed by his friend, basically. And there is a great dark shape above you, and then there is more pain. The vision recedes, and you are thrown back into yourself. With seemingly resentful force, the corpse lies at your feet, and the specter lingers. The span of energy between you both, you feel a sense of questioning, of confusion, of anger. I met your friend. A sudden lashing anger emanates from the spirit. Rage and grief seem to pour from the gleaming figure like the smoke. I'll find him and see that he answers for what he's done to you. For a moment, the spirit seems to burn bright, and your head fills with sickly triumph. The spirit seems to weaken with the force of its own exultation, growing fainter and fainter until you are alone once more. Are you all right? You seemed lost just now. This happens a lot. You'll have to get used to it. That's good to know, but I don't suppose you could tell me what that's all about. Not really sure. I just started recently happening. Indeed, at the risk of sounding patronizing, you should probably have that examined. It's a shame that Lord Raedrix hanged half of Gilded Vale. The valiant dwarf might have known something about your condition. Let's continue on. Vengeance from the grave. All right, we have a task. Late for dinner. Discount on food. Okay. Quests. Buried secrets. Search the temple. Okay, whatever. Let's take a look at this chest first. Ooh, a greatsword. I was expecting like a lot more out of that, but you know what? We'll give our barbarian the greatsword. We might as well. Not crafting, come on. Alright. Take this. And our barbarian. Take the greatsword. Yeah, I understand that concept. Okay. There you go. There you go. And you know what, Wizard Man, you can have this dagger. You probably need it. Let's be honest. So I don't know what is up with this rod. It does 13 to 18 damage. This does 12 to 17, but I mean, I guess you could use either one. It doesn't seem to have that much of an impact. But I feel like the rod does a little bit more damage, and the speed is about the same. So we're gonna stick with that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm glad we were able to kill that bear. It was a pretty intense combat situation, right? My health is very low. Wow. That's really low. What do you want me to tell you? Generally speaking, if your health gets to 0, you die. So we should probably save and then probably even just camp. I think that's a good idea. I mean, we could go back to the inn and then camp, and then we don't have to use camping supplies, I guess, because we're going back in that direction anyways. So I don't think there are any other combat encounters in this area. So I think we should be fine. So that's what I'm going to do. Can we access the world map from here? Yeah, we can. Although we can't exit unless we get to an exit. You must gather your party before venturing forth. I understand. I'm shocked that they do not have that. You must gather your party before venturing forth. Let me try it out.
Eh?
You must gather your party before venturing forth. Let's see if it happens.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Yes! 10 out of 10 references, Obsidian.
I only need a minute.
I like it. I like it a lot. Look, I understand you're like, oh, he's like just a bunch of shitty memes. Look, I know what you mean, but at the same time, I don't care, is the thing. Right? I like these shitty memes. All right, let's go. I wonder if the experience point system in this game works like works so that experience is spread evenly across your party. So if you have fewer members, you can level up quicker or something like that. Do you know of anyone looking for work? We have certain certs coming by. Let me see what I have to work with. Oh, okay. So you can, yeah. We already did that. I mean, I don't want that. I want to sleep. Laborer's rest. +1 perception, +1 mechanics. I don't care about that. Durwood. I can't afford this stuff. Let's just get common room. Why do we have this like weird dream all the time? Cheap rooms are usually available, but if you have copper to spend, you may consider the more expensive ones. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with the suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree, the cracking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until its sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face has shriveled inward like a molding fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts. With a gust of rancid air, she speaks the word, Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new, queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Alright, we'll go and do that, I suppose, but, let me check something real quick. Alright, we have some time. We'll go and do that. On pause. So, one thing I really like about this game is to give you a lot of stuff to do. There's not a ton of direction, but there's a lot of... It's very clear about the stuff that you can do. So even if you don't have a ton of direction, you just keep on doing stuff, and eventually, you'll get the direction, you know? I appreciate that. Whose house is this? Let's see if we can remember. This is, Ulfra's house. I don't know who Ulfra is, but I suppose we can talk to her. We also need to get revenge for, the spirit guy. So we might do that next episode? Let's talk to Ulfra, though. A Durwood woman is standing in front of the fireplace, humming quietly, etc., etc.
Hello.
Well, finally, I was starting to think... Oh, sorry, I was expecting someone else. Who are you expecting? My sister Kalisha is traveling with one of the caravans. She sent a letter before she came. She said she was going to pay her way by working as a guard for the caravan master. She was always a tough one. I don't suppose you've seen her on the road. The caravan was attacked and we escaped, but Kalisha was caught in a Bewick. I was with that caravan. Yeah. That's so sad. I told her it was dangerous to take. Kalisha was always so certain she could take on any danger. My poor sister. I'm sorry, stranger. I just can't believe she's gone. How are you going to raise a child if you're this weak? That's such a terrible thing to say. Why did you send for Kalisha? I'm worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told Kalisha as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in Gilded Vale has been soulless, empty. It's happened to so many mothers, and Lord Raedric, he's exiled all of them, calling it a sin of the gods' disfavor. With my hat hoard gone, I don't know how I'd manage if I lost my home too. Kind wayfarers, gold pack knights. Oh, you have to be a paladin. Let's go. I hope Kalisha could help me. They say Ranga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent the child from being a hollowborn, but she's moved to Anslog's Compass 2 seasons ago. The journey's too far for me. I can't make it as I am, but I don't have anyone else now with Kalisha gone. Please, can you help me? Sure. I'll find Ranga for you. Here, I'll give you coin to pay her with. You needn't trouble yourself with that. I think it's a drink she fashions out of, well, I'm not sure, but yeah, okay. It's to the south. You'll have to cross the wilds to get there. I'll do it at some point. Like, I'm not going to go there immediately because, obviously, I have stuff to do, right? I have stuff to do right now. I have to see that dwarf lady, and I have to go go and kill that guy's friend, right? For him. So, and then I have to explore the temple. Yeah, those are all important things to do. What about this guy? Like, he has a portrait, and I don't know. Ader, introduce me to the dwarf lady. Dang it, Ader, why are you such a jerkintosh? Alright, let's talk to the dwarf. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bow that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to another when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light in its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it. Let's reach out for the woman. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading towards the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with a new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing of electric surging of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head as the rope creaking as she does so. She smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? It is both, I think. Yes?
I think I survived a bee awake. Do you know what? I need to understand something that's happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face, as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
What's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how.
I see.
A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
What do you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
This reminds me vaguely of the Spirit Eater curse from Neverwinter Nights 2 Mask of the Betrayer.
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Cadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
So we have to go to Cadnua and talk to Merwald. Do you know why I survived the Bewick?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me now.
You said souls break apart over time?
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work.
Entropy?
We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No.
Is that why the Hollowborn kids are all happening?
A very small few resist Remergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
Tell me something about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
What's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations. Miracle workers. My parents were soul twins. Miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other. Turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
Okay. Farewell.
Goodbye, my dear.
That's about all I need to know.
Lovely visiting.
Yeah, it was fun. Fun talking to an old corpse.
Sure.
Anyways, next time around, we're probably going to go and kill that guy's friend. And we have so many quests. I'm excited. Okay, but first, we need to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.